All right, folks, we are starting out with some action here. I mean, not that that's too surprising, but we have ourselves some Bloody Lane. We might be able to get up to 500. We had 350, 375 on Nicodemus Hill, something like that. And it was a blast. CSA already also did a lot of blasting. It was quite the experience. Anyways, Sunken Lane is a really interesting map. It's one of those where it's iconic, right, for people who know the Antietam battlefield, but it's one where only the defender has artillery. The artillery spawns out in the orchard. If this looks a lot like the Piper Farm orchard, it's because it is. Sometimes that artillery will move out into the field. You can see just the left of it. You think you can see way out there, a couple of guys moving guns into that field. Traditionally, oh man, this is a very aggressive CSA push. I mean, this is the same group that was up here at the front before. If they're mobile, they might be okay. I'm just getting back into casting, but that Duke fella, he did a really good job on several maps the other night. And you had 3 Union groups going this way. This CSA group, I don't know, is large enough to defeat the Union group that's there. They look like they might get wiped up here. Yeah, you have another Union group that's now coming in the back door. It looks like in any event the Union's going to win that, and so the CSA will be down a flag. If it doesn't get out, that's the CSA flag. You have this other Union group that is... Union group. CSA group that is up here. It's a bit undersized. The other 2 CSA groups are holding a more conventional position here on Bloody Lane, where the defenders' tickets are really rough. Though they have an artillery advantage, the advantage itself is a bit questionable if the CSA already kind of doesn't know when to shoot and where exactly to shoot to knock down the Union but knock down friendlies. It might not be that useful, but luckily for the CSA, that was a small group, and so there's not a whole lot of tickets lost. My initial inclination when I was watching this round load in is that the Union might have a leadership advantage over the CSA. Not a knock on the CSA's leadership. It's just that there's some folks that that are known and that I've seen recently perform very well on both sides, but I recognize more of the names on the Union as consistently high quality officers, and so I'm happy to be proven wrong. I usually am 95% of the time, so if you're rooting for the CSA, that's a good thing that I predicted against them, but this tends to be it's not impossible for the CSA to win. It's difficult. It's difficult because in what's kind of a reversal of fortune, the Union has a lot of 1842s, and so they're kind of like that brawler fighter, right? They want to get in close, and that's where they're going to do a lot of damage. And the CSA has to defend, and it's odd. You have to defend, but you kind of have to defend at range. But the point is where it is, and there's not too much you can do about it. I don't know if the CSA has any 42s. It doesn't matter, but I know the Union has a ton of them, and it can be very rough for the CSA. Usually if we win it in organized play, it involves cap, recap, and even then it's very close, and it may require a qualitative or quantitative advantage in favor of the defenders in order to pull that off. Quantitatively, it's not there. Qualitatively, we will see. Right, one of the nice things about War of Rights is it's lots of little things matter. Whoa, 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 whoa. And we'll see how the Union does. They got a big old firing line up at the top. I think another group here that's moving over to help this group that is, you can tell they're flirting with the boundary, but they're embedded in those rocks. The point itself is largely, it's largely that bend in the fence, but it also, it's awkward because it goes into the lane, and so the easiest way to tell if it's working is
keep going. We're going to form the line to their right.
If it tells you if you're capturing. So you see Arthur's group coming out here far right. Well, there's a lot of CSA back here. And honestly, as the Union, if you just embed yourself in there and you let those 42s start cracking off at this close of range, the CSA does not want to do this for any prolonged period of time. Remember, the CSA still has a flag down. And so they might have 4 companies, only 3 of them are able to actively spawn. This is a very small group, so if it doesn't get reinforced, it wants to be careful not to get pinched and wiped, but they're close enough that if they have a flag bearer who knows what they're doing and they get pinched, just run it out of bounds. Because of that anti-trolling feature, you'll just get the quick reset.
If you're in bottom of the fence line, you'll hit them. Shoot from bottom of the fence lines.
So we see, right, 3 Union flags here. This is the 4th one. Okay, I guess the CSA group that does have its flag. So that means that 2 of these groups, right, that's the group that got wiped in the corn. They probably had a nice trip in from spawn. Talked about whether that was worth it.
Fall back on me.
And again, just think about it, like, from the perspective of either the attacker or the defender. Was it worth it to do 50-50 casualties and be without your... Alright, so you're recovering your flag now. Without that flag for what, 3-4 minutes, something like that. That your unit was out of action.
Don't stop yet. We're moving east.
I will say that one of the things the CSA has to be happy about is that the tickets are it's pretty much dead even at this point, despite the volume of close quarters shooting. They've gotten off very, very well, and so you got to be happy with that.
Here on this left side, so we're just gonna keep moving for a little bit. Actually, let's reform it right here. I need everybody get your reloads and bayonets on the line if you haven't already. Get your full kits. Flag, I don't know why you went in the corn. Over here, but this is Alright. You gotta reform a little bit. Get your full kits, gentlemen. Get your reloads, get your bayonets. There's one rebel company charging our friends in the road right now on the left side, but they honestly should be good. I don't know how. I just got shot or something. I don't know what happened. Yeah, our boys are good on the left. Oh, like right in front of us. Here's what we're gonna do. Everybody, hold your fire. Move up. There's enemies to our right, so move up and get on this big line right here. Get on the line I'm standing on. Get on this line. Gentlemen, that is a massive rebel line to the west. Go ahead and take aim. We're going to do a volley. Take aim west down these lines, guys. At that plum of smoke. Sitting out. Fire! Get your reload, gentlemen. Get your reload.
All right. That was pretty cool.
It's okay, guys. It's just CGI.
Cool. This is true. None of this has actually happened. And the Union has pulled back and opted, for the long-range skirmish. This is really odd, man. I don't know if they're a bunch of Union who are just Ramboing somewhere. I cannot place the tickets unless there was some update where they changed the tickets on this, and I don't think that they would do that at all. Even on the test 500-man server. Yeah, but the Union's about to go down with them. And unless the CSA was really messing the Union up. Now, there were several folks who died out of formation over there. I don't know, it's almost up to 300 on the server. So I'm surprised, perplexed, but all those things are normally true descriptions of me. So nothing particularly noteworthy about that. Yeah, that's a fat old CSA line, and
29 is not too much.
But I guess all things considered, the Union has to be happy, right? You got them down to engaged well before 27 minutes. You're ahead, but not so far ahead. Now we see the Union pressing up into the... They're going to make a foray through the corn. Try to pick up some out-of-formation kills. It didn't fool the CSA. Some of them are... Well, I lied. The CSA knew they were coming, but wasn't really able to respond at first with that. So the CSA is running past the Union. Alright. I hope that group didn't take its flag in. Well, it's at the back, which I guess is the next best thing. But the attempt there, I suppose, is to get a bunch of CSA tickets. I think it's a great call. CSA seemed a little slow to react. You have a bunch of guys who are coming in. Well, not a bunch of guys. But you actually don't have enough guys coming in here to die in formation. The CSA is now slowly kind of pressing up with those two companies. But really, the main body is over there guarding the set of rocks. Union has two companies here. Man. You gotta love the timing of the update, the 500-man server, and the Steam sale, because we are getting big numbers on these servers. And they seem to perform okay. I mean, this one, right now, getting about 45 frames. It's a pretty open map. A lot of smoke and other stuff, but I think it looks pretty good. But yeah, the Union here is mostly operating 42s. You don't even have to be perfectly accurate. You just have to be close enough. And again, we can see things that the other side can't, so we're lucky. Yeah, I thought the Union was going to try to put the CSA in a little bit of a harder place. I guess they have. I guess this group, though it's small, it's trying to shoot at any of those CSA that are sticking out of the fence. With some success. And then this group up here.
You're fine. Just dust it off. Spread out.
Yeah, they're shooting right into their backs.
Got a shitload of space.
They could probably even move up and increase their hit rate from there if they wanted to, but I think the Union can just sit pretty. They seem to be having their way. When they want to go right, they're able to go right. When they want to go left, they're able to go left. I think some of the CSA companies are playing this more traditionally, and others are learning it the way they're most likely to remember it, which is the hard way. I did not see where that shell landed. I didn't see a trail that went in here. Maybe it went somewhere up there. But the Union's got to be pretty happy with this. Maybe they're going to look to get healthy and then try to push up and around the corner.
Guys in the road, so just get up on this line.
Right, so with the CSA mostly down in the sunken lane, you can now move around and use this fence to screen your movement, not from sight, but from shot a little bit. And then you can come up on that group that's in there and force them out if you want to. But the Union can pretty much do as they please here. So
hold your fire, hold your fire. We're going to move up with them in a line.
So this group is going to go up, and they're going to look for a big chunk of tickets. And again, if you've got a lot of 42s ripping, now they're just opting to use them as pointy sticks. That's fine. Okay, that's not fine. You don't need to do that. Unless you were told to, and then you're doing the right thing. Well, then you're at least doing the thing.
On this line right here, boys. On this line, on this line.
That flag wants to get back over here.
Icons to the right side. Shoot those icons to the right. Okay, cancel reloads. We're going to join in the charge. Let's go. Everybody cancel reloads and move it up with me. Let's go. Move it up.
Yeah, and this was Duke Gardner? Is that the name officer over here?
Cheers. Everyone else go in.
But he had them shooting up top before, and they're going in. They're going to try to do a bunch more damage. Okay, this group has to get with it. You don't have shots from there. But if your team's going to send, you should send with them. It doesn't help to charge piecemeal. The Union charges. Oh my goodness. Well, maybe they had good targets, you know.
Yeah, I got it.
You got a CSA group over there, but they
just
are.
Get reloads, just get reloads. Flag.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you don't want to lose a flag down here. But it looks like the CSA, they're going for them flags if they can get it. That's a CSA flag in the lane. They'll get it back. Okay. This guy looks absolutely bewildered. Just got to find a group that's him, because right now nobody. But you know, we were all level 10 once, so believe me, I would still be doing the same thing. So it's fine.
All right. Hold here, guys. Keep killing them.
This group. Okay. That is a more sizable group than maybe it appears. With 2 flags down here, 1 up there. But yeah, the Union has to be very happy. The only thing they got to worry about is that they might be so far ahead. The CSA might feel advantage to play for the recap.
Come on, boys. Come on, boys.
Union, that was some risky charges, but they got their flags out. It's just they did a ton of damage. They're good on time. 1, 2, 3, and I think the green flag went up into the corner here. Okay, so it's up over here now, and they got everything back. So yeah, if you're the Union, you can rinse and reset and do it again. I don't think it's too early, unless, you know, the Union officers that I thought would pull them through all of a sudden leave. I think
the ones that were to the right of the tree have pushed right. They're going for the crossroad.
I think the Union will win if the CSA doesn't play for the recap.
Warrior the first, looking for the
So we have both Napoleons here. Are they shooting the other ones naturally from the orchard? Okay. We can do. Yeah, you got a decent sight line at that group. It certainly looked. Okay, so yeah, it knocked some people down. Probably killed someone. Probably. That looks like the impact, and that might be the casualty. Alright. So we have one group out here. They look like they're squared up, although a lot of them are reloading. Interesting, the CSA has guys that are just in the sunken lane already.
Okay, 69 to New York, Company A. 69 to New York.
Let's see what the Union comes up with here. I wonder if now that they're up in
Move it
this
up just a little.
corner, well, now that it's 2-2, I was gonna say when it was 2-1, you could more easily do this run to point. But I mean, oh, one of their groups is up front. All right, so it is 2v1 over here.
Oh, they're real close.
You? Alright, the other CSA group is over there. Kind of close, but I think outnumbered here by
Oh, I smacked that guy.
old Toot. Screw it. And I believe this was Arthur and is it Duke? I'm like totally no, it is. And they're up here and they're just gonna do the plink of the tickets. The CSA already may try to make them pay for it, but it's the Union is pretty far ahead. CSA already would have to be ripping non-stop, hit all their shots. All right, so that was weird because it looked like 2 splats, but I guess it was just 1 shot. And that one, through a combination of artillery and infantry fire, wiped 3 or 4 guys off the end of that line. But I was saying CSA already would have to be on point with everything. They'd have to get really super lucky with their kills in order to try to bring back the tickets. This Union group is going to potentially be in trouble, but it's actually not too bad because this group is too far back to have to worry about. This group is pushing up, and that's really the threat to Toot's group, and they've already reformed. This group over here, once they get their flag up, they should be okay. It looks like the CSA had enough of that, but I don't know if the Union will know that until the CSA starts shooting at them.
Fire Will, any targets? Any targets? Fire Will.
That CSA group is pushing up. That is absolutely the wrong idea.
They're coming out.
Yeah. He put it more eloquently than I did, but that is a ticket dump. Was that the same group? Yeah. It looks like, well, we'll check and make sure, but that looks like it was the same group that at the beginning lost their flag up there, but maybe not. Jangle's group, that's Jangle's flag because they were the ones that were out there before. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's that same group that got wiped up there before. Just dumped their tickets there. For reasons that are only known to them. But this group here seems far more conservative than that.
Are we winning?
Yeah. You gotta kind of see that. So that's an important lesson on your left alt key. The good news is that this match is about to be over. CSA's in breaking. One group just got wiped. The Union is near the point. A second group is getting wiped. That group did not get wiped, but they're not near the point. And the other, this is a Union group here, has the other two CSA groups in a firefight. I don't think that group in the lane knows what's coming. Well, we do. We'll watch it. Oh my goodness. Well, whether the Union caps here or they just take a bunch of tickets, cap recap is off the table. Union, well, they had a third flag.
OILB reform, looking south, fire Will.
And they look content to cap and force the CSA to come up. CSA has flags.
Waving it does nothing, right?
No, it doesn't do nothing.
No, it looks cool.
Okay.
And it can give away your team's position if the other side didn't see it already, but... Yep, Union's here. CSA's got to make a move very quickly. I don't think they will. And this is the 5% of the time that I'm correct about my early game hot takes, but very nicely done as the Union. They have been on a tear recently. I see sometimes the Union pubs get hated on the various outlets. As long as I've done this, which is, I don't know, a while on and off, that has not frequently been true. And it seems far more even, but I would also say that we seem to be missing a number of our pub officers on both sides, or on all sides, I guess. So we'll see if they come on. The night is still young here. But yeah, CSA defenders like 2-1 out of lines early on. That was probably up top. Yeah, Union's taking more they do on this map, but and they took more skirmishing, but the CSA taking more out of lines even before the end is just brutal and kind of inexcusable on a map where you pretty much just play the lane in some of the areas adjacent to it. Once you actually make it there as the CSA, it should be a lot of lateral movement, but it's not that much forward and backwards. And yeah, that's Sunken lane for you. It's a fun one.